After calling 14 witnesses over the last 2 weeks, including Alec Murdaugh himself, the defense rested its case yesterday in the double murder trial that's been gripping the nation.
The judge is granting an unusual motion involving the jury now. Craig Melvin has more.
With closing arguments looming, Alec Murdaugh's defense presenting a surprising new theory in the double murder trial.
My opinion is the totality of the evidence is more suggestive of a two-shooter scenario.
Crime scene expert Timothy Palmbach arguing Paul Murdaugh was shot at such close range, a lone shooter would not have been able to quickly recover to gun down his mother Maggie.
It's not as if they can instantaneously suffer that, drop the shotgun, run to wherever the blackout rifle is, pick that up, and then in any kind of a reasonable time period engage in a meaningful assault.
Also highlighting the fact Paul and Maggie were shot with two different guns.
Why would one shooter bring two long rifles, two long weapons to the event? You can't handle and shoot two of them.
The defense strategy, trying to sow doubt that Alec Murdaugh pulled the triggers.
I didn't shoot my wife or my son anytime.
Back in January, I talked about the case with Joe McCullough, a close friend of Murdaugh and attorney on another case involving him.
To be clear, the defense can say someone else did it, but they don't have to say who did it.
They do not. All the defense has to do is raise a reasonable doubt and pick off one juror. Takes a unanimous verdict, and I think unanimity of a verdict here is going to be hard.
In the courtroom Monday, the defense calling its final witness, Murdaugh's younger brother.
It's the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life.
John Marvin, emotional, describing finding some of his nephew's remains at the crime scene.
And I started cleaning. And I can promise you, no mother or father or aunt or uncle should ever have to see and do what I did that day.
The judge also ruling jurors can go visit the scene of the crime, that 1,700-acre Murdaugh estate known as Moselle, after the defense argued it was critical for the jury to understand how the murders played out.
Where the feed room is compared to where Maggie's body was, compared to where the quail pens are, where the doghouse is. I mean, you just can't really appreciate the spatial issues without actually seeing them.
That's Craig Melvin reporting. The defense has rested, but today jurors heard from witnesses in what's called rebuttal testimony. After that, they will then be taken out to see where the crime happened.